All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry about the technical issues on YouTube, but I think it's working and we're live. So uh, please leave a comment to say hello and um, tell me that you're watching. All right, let's not waste any more time and let's do this. So, as you can see, very cool setup. So you're not gonna see my palette tonight, but if you watch my videos, you know how I work. So let's start with the drawing and the composition. So I'm going to divide the canvas in half. I'm gonna make the table straight tonight and not slanted on the reference photo. So it's going to be about 1/3 of green background. The background is going to be the foliage. Okay, I'm going to do that. And now let's sketch this persimmon. So I always love this picture because obviously it has an odd shape. I've never seen that before in my life. So I thought it'd be interesting to have you paint this at the same time. All right, so I'm placing the whole shape. To find the size, I place the left side and then the right side. It has the same amount of table on the left side and on the right side. I keep my composition very simple so it can be easily duplicated. Nothing fancy, nothing challenging. That's for the bottom here. So I like to leave enough room around the subject in general. That's the bottom. And then the top. The top is like above the table, just a little bit above the table. And I'm going to make sure that I have enough room for the leaves and the stem. So I'm trying to use greenish since the leaf is greenish and the background as well. So sorry, I should have placed the right side of the leaf first. Because the left side, it kind of lines up with the edge of the persimmon. And that's the top of the leaf, and then the stem. So the stem is right in the middle of the persimmon. See, you have that, the whole persimmon. And that's what the stem is, and the top is about there. It doesn't have to be precise, you just want enough room around the persimmon. You don't want the stem to be next to the edge, not to mention it be hidden, covered by the frame. So I like to leave enough room around any subject. Now that I have the width and the height, I'm going to paint the curves. So I connect the left side to the bottom at an angle. Here you have about two-thirds of round, and then 1/3 of this part that is protruding. Okay, so it's going to be the right side is going to be somewhere there, and then from this corner here, I draw the bottom, and then the top that is curvy, like so. All right. All right, so let's do this again. I have 2/3 of table, 1/3 of background. Okay. Hold on, give me a minute. I place the left side, the right side, the bottom, and then I place the left side of the leaf that is next to the side of the persimmon. Yeah, I should have done. I should have explained that way. 2/3 of round persimmon and 1/3 of part protruding. Now it's easy to place the leaf, the left side, the right side that cuts actually in half the right part, then the top of the leaf that is about 1/4 from the top, right? And then the stem. I made it shorter. It can be shorter. I made it longer. It can be shorter if you want. It doesn't really matter, as long as it doesn't touch the edge of the canvas. So that's pretty simple, right? Okay. So as always, I start with the big shapes as a warm-up, nothing complex. I'm going to paint background. As always, the background is just to play with the paint. To feel the paint. How much you can control the paint. Practice blending, mixing. So here I paint the dark parts, right? You can do it differently, right? But I'm trying to spot the dark parts and the light parts, so have a nice nice flow of contrast. Like that. As you can see, because of the yellowish base color, my leaves are warmer, right? The yellow shows through my strokes, right? So whatever base color you painted will show through your strokes and between your strokes, right? So I'm adding white here. It's going to dull my green. And because it's mixed with more blue, it's going to cool the colors, meaning there'll be less yellow showing through. It's going to make my foliage less warm. Again, I'm playing with paint. Right? I'm not trying to copy what I see on the screen. I mean, on the reference photo. You can try to copy what you see on the photo, or do like me, just play with colors and practice blending, mixing. See, I'm going back to something more green here. So that's my process. Almost like throwing paint on the canvas. See what happens as I practice blending, mixing, trying color the colors. And figure out if I like what's happening. And think about what I could adjust later on. Okay, that's enough for now. I want to focus on the persimmon because the background can be redone, more textures, more different greens, more shadows and whatnot. So let's work on a table. All right. Do you remember how to get brown since you have none on your palette? As you know, I'm working with only titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, and ultramarine blue. So to get brown, I mix blue and yellow, and I add red, and I get a decent brown that works for the table. It can be any shade of brown, right? It doesn't have to be exactly like on the reference photo. So I show you how I paint. I explain my process, share my thoughts. I don't even plan to copy exactly what's the reference photo, right? So I want you to have fun. As long as you get a brown shade that works with the background and you like how the colors work together, that's what matters the most. We're not trying to copy, we're not doing photorealism. So on your screen it might be very light. But that's okay. We're practicing colors, blending, mixing, trying to get interesting textures. I keep saying that the process, understanding the process and what you're doing is more important than the reference photo, the finished painting. It helps you decide what works, what doesn't for you, not for the viewers. So more brown. Like that. How you see your this still life is more important than trying to copy it, otherwise it will look like your classmates' versions and is then less personal, right? I want you to paint something personal and not copy what I do or someone else's style. And this is achieved by playing with what you have, right? Express yourself. Don't think about perfection or getting the right colors, the perfect textures. So what I did, I just mixed brown with white. And because I mixed 3 colors, right? Blue, yellow, that makes green, plus red, that makes brown. plus white for the highlights. Have some greenish also. Part of my textures, right? So that gives you rich colors and textures. So once you understand what you did and what happened, you can develop this and make this loose style painting more photorealistic. And I think that's good for the table now. All right, let's work on the persimmon, shall we? I need more red on my palette. So let's make a medium orange. This base color is too light, so I want a darker orange for the base color. Right? I think that's good. To keep things simple, I'm going to cover the whole shape with orange. And I'll take out the highlights and shadows later. There you go. If you work from your laptop and your phone is free, take pictures of the work in progress so you remember how you started, the changes you made, what happened, what went wrong, what went well. All right, now let's paint the shadows. I mean, you don't have any strong shadows, but obviously the light source is stronger. Although I think it was overcast that day I took the picture. But this side is lighter and the left side is a little bit darker. Right? So to darken a color, you use either brown or blue or both. Okay. So it's tricky because you don't have any brown, but that's a good practice to play with only blue, yellow, and red. Challenging. Right? They're going to get rich colors, subtle color variations by playing with the right amount of yellow, blue, and red. Side. And the shadow. It's very light, but I'm going to make it a little bit stronger so you can see this beautiful shape, and on this side as well. Let me try to adjust the light. There's too much light on the top of the canvas, and there's a gloss, so let's see if I can do something about that. All right. So that's good enough. All right. I've got more red here. It's pretty red, so it's almost at the red. It's almost like a tomato. This orange red, you know. All right, so I'm gonna bring more. I need to bring more contrast. This yellow leaf shows too much, so I'm gonna paint that. So let's paint the shadow on the persimmon. So just follow my sketch. I'll place some shadow to suggest the bottom of the leaf. And I'm going to paint a greenish gray leaf. So it's very light. If you don't get the exact same color, that's fine. Again, right? We're not trying to get the perfect colors. So let's see what I can get here. So obviously we need green. We know it's green, but it's super light, right? So mix about 50% of yellow, 50% of blue, and then we're gonna need a lot of white. Okay, that leaf is dry, so to get this dryness, we're adding white. That makes this green light and dull, and because there's more blue in the mix, get something cool and dry. So more blue than yellow, and the white does the rest. All right, it's working. I paint above the shadows. So you see how the yellow shows through? So that gives a little bit of warmth and yellow to the leaf. It's not just blue or too white. So the choice of the base color is very important. Okay. With more practice, you'll know what you which color you like best. That's the top. And I'm going to paint the middle here like more brownish. It's pretty dry. So I'm just adding white to the brown I have on my palette. So light brown. I don't want to make it too light. I want it to stand out. There, it shows better. I definitely want to cover more of the background. There's too much yellow showing between my strokes. So I'm gonna work on the background again. Going back to a darker green. Second pass, it covers better. If you do different painting, yes, I'll probably keep the yellow, but not tonight. All right, that's better. I hope you can see the difference on your screen. All right, that's better. And now let's paint the lighter green. I'm just going to add yellow to the dark green I had. So there's some yellow on my brush. But at least it's not distracting like those little dots. See these? This side is better covered. So that's what I'm doing. If you're not doing that, you know, you can keep adjusting the colors on your Persimmon, or adjust whatever needs to be adjusted while I'm doing this. We need darker green here. finish with a dull green, so I'm adding more blue and white. This leaf is lighter. Maybe on this side, maybe this one too. That gives more dimension to the background. It's less abstract. All right, I'm going to paint the leaf more. There's too much yellow showing through, so let's paint another coat of greenish white. It's going to make the leaf stand out and show that it's really dry. You see the difference? No more yellow showing through, or barely. I just don't want too much yellow. I like this dry leaf texture. The rosy brownish here. So now I think I can paint the stem. Too red, so I'm making more brown. You've probably noticed that I'm still painting with my favorite brush, okay? It's 1/2 inch wide, flat, oh no, it's a filbert. I hope some of you are practicing painting with one brush only, or big brush. This allows you to paint loose, because you're not tempted to paint the small details with the tip of the brush. Like here, okay, I could use a small brush, but no, I use the tip like a knife. I'll make a cut for the highlight on the stem. Okay, I think the leaf is working. It stands out from the background enough, and I'm going to work on the persimmon itself. The color is good. All right, probably not on your screen due to the lighting. Sorry about that. I like my shadow. I like the lighter side. I'm going to paint a little bit of pink. A little bit of pink on this side. Some pinkish mixed with a orangey. So it's like a peachy color, if you will. So I'm just adding white to a little bit of red, very light. Let's see what I get. It's too light. So let's add more red. That's better. Don't look for the perfect color, right? this is to show that the texture and the light, the reflection of the light. Right? And then I'll do the same thing on this side. It's more noticeable, so I'm adding more white here. And then let's look by here. The right side, it's more subtle, right? So I have to go back and forth and try different shades of pinkish. It's working. This shows that it's not, they haven't been washed, so that's why I guess you get these pinkish tones. All right, and I think I'm almost done. It's something very simple tonight. A, the composition, again. B, the drawing of the Persimmon, the shapes and proportions. Color mixing, the light, the darks, and then the reflections to give more dimension to the Persimmon. It needs to be more darker orange here, so it stands out from the table. Small adjustments. And here it has to be lighter, a lighter orange. It's going to give more dimension to the to make it more round. Right. Too yellow, more red. That's better. All right. A little bit more action on this side. One more time on the right side. Oh, sorry about that. too much blue. I wanted to darken this side. That's better here. All right. I'm going to pin the shadow on the table. And then I think I'll be done. So hopefully next week I'll be back on Facebook, on YouTube, sorry. I like YouTube because of the horizontal format. Okay, you can see the reference photo in my palette. Plus it's easier to look at. Oh, and I forgot the, there's a little bit, there's a dent here. So, how to paint this dent? It's very easy. Right? It has to be a, a dark color, right? Like on this side. So just one stroke, okay, like a circle. Let's make it a little bit darker, just so you can see really how easy that is. Right? So because it's a dent, it's like a hole, the light coming from the top highlights the bottom of the hole. So I'm painting a light pink orange. That with my big brush. And I think it reads as a dent. I'm gonna make the top more red, maybe. It's probably too bright, so let's soften this reflection. So that's how you paint a dent. More shadow here. I'm going to make the leaf stand out more by painting darker behind it. So back to my dark green, especially here, on this side as well. There, you see better. Same this side. I'm going to give more textures to the table before I sign it. So a few more brown lines. And light brown lines. Random lines, I'm not trying to copy the reference photo. Just want to show something rough. I think I'm done. Oh, I'm use a smaller brush to sign. It's still easier because the persimmon is orange. I'm going to sign with orange. More red. So sorry again about the for the technical issues. I hope you're able to log in to my Facebook. If you missed it, it will be it's recorded, so it will be I will upload it to YouTube tomorrow, and then I will post tomorrow a good quality picture of the finished painting, so you can see what I did. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday. Have a good night.